Welcome, readers. Today we are going to work with suffixes. Do you remember what a suffix is? A suffix is a word part added to the end of a word, and it changes the meaning of the word. Our goal today is to read words that end in the suffixes full and less. Full means full of, and less means without. Let's look at some examples. Let's use our loop and swoop strategy to help us read these words. Let's look at our first word. Are you ready? Here is our first word. Let's loop and swoop this word so that we can read it together. Harmful. Harmful. I see my full suffix, so I know that this word is something that is full of harm. Polluting our Great Lakes can be very harmful to the fish and wildlife that live in them. I'm going to put this word in my full column because I see the suffix full. Readers, are you ready to try another word with me? Here we go. Here's our next word. Let's loop and swoop this word so that we can read it together. Beautiful. Beautiful. I see this full suffix again, so I know beautiful must mean something that is full of beauty. Our Great Lakes are full of many beautiful different kinds of fish. I'm going to put this word in our full column also because I see that suffix. All right, here we go. Let's try another one. Here's our next word. Bottomless. Bottomless. Do I see the full suffix or the less suffix in this word? You're right. I see the less suffix in this word. So bottomless must mean something without a bottom. Lake Superior is so deep, it almost seems bottomless. Let's put this word in our less column because we see the less suffix. Here's our next word, readers. Are you ready? Let's loop and swoop. Useful. Useful. Do we see the full suffix or do we see the less suffix in this word? You're right. We see the full suffix. So if something is useful, it's something that's full of use. Like our great state of Michigan has many useful natural resources like blueberries and cherries. Useful. Let's stick that in our full column. It's time for our last word. Here we go. Here's our last word. Fearless. Fearless. I see my less suffix, which means without. So if something is fearless, it is without fear. My brother was fearless as he crossed the Mackinac Bridge for the first time. Fearless. Readers, you did a fantastic job helping me read these words that end in our full and less suffixes. Thank you. Readers, we're doing such a great job reading these words that end in our suffixes full and less. Let's try reading some of them in a story. Here we go. Lake Huron is a wonderful lake. I see my full suffix and I see my base word wonder. I remember full means full of, so Lake Huron must be full of wonder. It has an endless. I see my less suffix now, and I know that means without, so it must mean without an end. It has an endless view. The sound of the waves is so peaceful, full of peace. One thing people like to do when they visit Lake Huron is collect countless, that must mean you can't even count them, Petoskey stones and pudding stones. Have you ever seen a pudding stone? They are colorful, or full of color. Stones with a mark of red on them. In the summer, make sure to watch out for the dreadful, or full of dread mosquitoes. Readers, thanks for helping me read that story. I'm going to read it one more time without stopping so that you can hear what it sounds like with some fluency. Are you ready to listen? Lake Huron is a wonderful lake. It has an endless view. The sound of the waves is so peaceful. One thing people like to do when they visit Lake Huron is collect countless Petoskey stones and pudding stones. Have you ever seen a pudding stone? They are colorful stones with a mark of red on them. In the summer, make sure to watch out for the dreadful mosquitoes. Great job, readers. We've had lots of practice reading our words that end in our full and less suffixes. Now let's see if we can try spelling some of them. For this activity, you'll need whatever you have to write on and something to write with. When we think about spelling words, first we visualize or see the word parts in the word, and then we try and think about the sounds that are in each of those word parts. Are you ready to try this with me? All right. Our first word is colorful. Can you say that word with me? Colorful. When I say the word colorful, I hear two word parts. Color, full. And when I think about this first word part, color, I hear the sounds k, u, When I say the second part, full, I hear the sounds f, o. Now, I'm going to think about the letters that represent each of those sounds. K, u, o. I'm going to put each of these word parts together to build the word colorful. The sunset was so colorful. The sky was full of pinks and oranges and reds. Now, readers, I do want to point out that when we have the suffix full, we only spell it with one L. We do not spell it like the word full, which would look like this, two L's. So because it's a suffix, we only use one L. Great job. Let's try another one. Our next word is endless. Can you say that word with me? Endless. When I say the word endless, I hear two word parts again. I hear end, less. Now we need to think about the sounds in each of those word parts. E, n, d, o, s. Endless. Let's put them together so we can build our word. End, less. Endless. There are an endless amount of outdoor activities that we can participate in Michigan, like skiing and fishing. Let's try our next one. Our next word is sunless. Can you say that word with me? Sunless. When I say the word sunless, I hear two word parts again. Sun, less. Let's listen for the sounds in each of those word parts. In. Sun, I know how to spell that word. And then my suffix, less. Let's put them together. Sunless. Sunless. On a sunless day, the sun does not shine. Great job. We've got two more words, readers. Are you ready to go? Our next word is prideful. Can you say that word with me? Prideful. When I say the word prideful, I hear two word parts. Pride and my suffix, full. Prideful. Let's listen for the sounds in our first word part. I-d. Pride, and then my suffix, full. Prideful. Let's put them together and build our word. Prideful. I am very prideful about my state of Michigan that I live in. I think it's an amazing place to live. Here's our last word, readers. Are you ready? Our last word is thoughtful. Can you say that word with me? Thoughtful. When I say the word thoughtful, I again hear two word parts. Thought, full. I know how to spell the word thought. Thought. And my suffix, full. When I put them together to build my word, I get the word thoughtful. It was very thoughtful of my friend to get me a birthday gift. Readers, I am so proud of you for all of the hard work you've done helping me read and write our words that end in full and less suffixes today. Keep an eye out in your own reading for words that might also end in these suffixes.
This program is made possible in part by the Michigan Department of Education, the State of Michigan, and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. Additional support by and by viewers like you. Thank you.